Selamat pagi. Great to see everyone here this morning in Kuala Lumpur. We're absolutely overwhelmed and thrilled to see such an incredible turnout. And I wanted to say thank you for giving up your valuable time to spend the day with us today. We actually had people queuing up and registering as early as 6:30 this morning, and many of you have travelled from far and wide to get here. So again, we really appreciate you making the effort, and we hope you get a huge amount out of the day. So at Amazon, we always start with the customer and work backwards. And what I wanted to do just to kick things off was give you a bit of a snapshot around how the audience here is made up, because it is a very diverse audience. You know, we have startups represented here, we have enterprises, we have small and medium-sized businesses, we have education and public sector organisations all represented here as well. We also have a range of different roles and different styles of people who are here, from entrepreneurs, you know, to business decision makers, architects, engineers, managers, really a very broad set of different kinds of people here. And we also have a very broad range of customers, you know, many who are just getting started. More than 60% of you are just really experimenting or starting to experiment with AWS, or not using AWS at all. At the same time, we have very advanced customers who have been on the platform for many years, and we've seen in Malaysia lots of customers who have been with us for a long time, and they're really pushing the limits, you know, leveraging some of the very advanced features and services to solve really complex problems. So with such a broad and diverse audience, you know, one of the things that we've worked really hard on, and the teams work really hard on, is to make sure that we're tailoring the content to this broad area of interest. So to wrap up, I wanted to finish by talking a bit about education. And what we're seeing is that there is a real shortage of cloud architects and individuals with the kind of experience to be able to, you know, really leverage and benefit from the value of AWS. You know, there was a recent study from Global Knowledge that listed the top certifications globally, and they've identified that the AWS certifications were the third most highly paid certifications around the globe. So we're excited about, you know, the focus and the investment we're putting into programs like Educate and Academy, which really allow our tertiary education institutes and universities to develop the next generation of cloud architects. We're also investing in curriculum, both online and instructor-led, and our certification program continues to evolve as well. And with that, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the stage Adrian Cockcroft, Vice President of Cloud Architecture Strategy.
Thanks, Nick, and welcome everybody. It's great to see such a huge turnout here. Netflix, about 3 years ago, went to work for a venture capital firm in Silicon Valley. Every customer we talked to, every startup we talked to, we found that they didn't want to build their own infrastructure. They were all running on AWS. This is universal across everyone we could find. They don't want to have to build out their own capability, their own services. If you're trying to get started, you want to stand on the shoulders of the tallest giant you can find. You want to build on the most functional services you can, because you're trying to get your product idea to market faster than everyone else. Speed is really what's important. I also spent a lot of time talking to enterprise customers. Enterprise, really because we were trying to figure out which startup products we could sell to those enterprises. But I also found over this time period that a huge number of enterprises were making the move to the cloud, particularly across the US, and we're seeing this globally as well. So where are we in the cloud's evolution? In 2014, Cloud became the new normal. It stopped being something exotic that people were starting to looking at and trying to figure out. Back in 2009, that was when it was exotic. But by 2014, we saw a lot of enterprises say, okay, this is sensible, we're going to go figure out how to do this. In 2015, we added a whole lot of capabilities, and we started focusing on giving you control over your own destiny. We wanted to empower our customers and listen to our customers and build the things that they wanted. But the way we think about this now is we want to give you superpowers. We want you to have, let's pretend you're James Bond. We want to be Q, that always has the fastest car and the best technology to support you as you go out and save the world in some way. I'd like to introduce Carl Liu, the CEO and co-founder of Service Hero, who has built a product that is enabling SMEs to find their customers in a new way and is really revolutionizing the local economy here. So, come on, Carl.
Thank you, Adrian, and thank you, Amazon, for allowing me to be here to tell our story and our journey of how we started a business on the cloud and was able to scale it out across 3 countries across ASEAN. Now, Service Hero is a mobile marketplace, and I'm proud to say it's the leading mobile marketplace for local services in Southeast Asia. As Adrian pointed out, we make it easy for consumers to find local service providers, especially in the home space, and we help small and medium-sized enterprises and freelancers find new work opportunities through a mobile-first technology. We were literally born out of the cloud. So here are little snapshots of our very early days. So we're a relatively young company. We started out in February 2015, and the journey started from identifying a really common problem. So you'll see on the left here a common sight that blights Kuala Lumpur and the rest of Malaysia. These are signs attached to trees and lampposts advertising local services. And this was a situation that I found when I returned back to Malaysia and I needed to engage an aircon service repair person. Despite the fact that we had high-speed internet, 20 megabit per second downstream lines, we had huge smartphone penetration rates, and we had a population base that was willing to use new technologies, people were still literally going to trees and lampposts to find a cleaner or an aircon service provider. For SMEs, it indicated to me that they were desperate for a new way to reach out to consumers. So Service Hero was born from this very, very simple idea and an identification of a huge opportunity. As co-founders, we came together, we sketched out an idea, and here are some of our early sketches. And we were able to build this company outside of a coffee shop. We didn't have a fancy office, and of course we didn't have a server room, but we were able to achieve this new product innovation because we had access to cloud computing, and we were able to set up the company quickly through AWS.
We have these first-class perimeters with deep AWS organization, virtual machines, containers, and serverless. But we want to be able to see the traffic across them. We want to know what's happening in our systems. And we want deeper insight. This is the APM problem, application performance management. Because we've made all of these underlying things disappear, you can't log into them and set stuff up and start monitoring from the bottom up. We have to give you a top-down way to see what's happening. And this is a product we announced at re:Invent last December called X-Ray. This is what it looks like. You have some front-end applications come in. Each of these little circles is a service. The traffic hits the service. We record what happened, how much time it took, and the flow end-to-end through your application. So this gives you an amazing capability to find out, why is this particular service slow? Well, it invokes this tree of requests, and down here is a particular database request that is too slow. That's what's causing the front end to be slow. You can pull it all back together and solve and see exactly where you have to fix things. The way we think about it, protecting our customers and business is our top priority. If anything is going on in the security space, if we hear about any vulnerabilities in Linux, that's the top priority. It's the first thing we fix. We also have a huge team of security experts to protect all of our customers, and they are really the top quality people. And we have make a big investment in tooling to make them productive and to save. Really on a global basis, we have to invest and make sure that we've got protection against external attacks. We have all the encryption we need, and we need all the internal network security that gives you protection inside your applications. So we have security by design. We have HSM is a hardware security module. It'll store your keys in a physical hardware box in the cloud for you. We have trails so that you can make sure that when you want to pass an audit, you know exactly what state everything is in. IAM roles, as I mentioned, for making sure all of your policies are set up correctly. Config, you can set up rules that say these people in this role can use these AWS services, but not others. So in an enterprise environment where you're highly regulated, you need to set these things up. But automation is really important. Now, one of the things that is out there that we have to protect against a lot is distributed denial of service. And for many years now, we have automatically protected all our customers from DDoS attacks. We never really gave it a name. But last year we said, we're going to just call this AWS Shield, and we have Shield for everyone. And this isn't really a new product. We just basically said, this is what we've already been doing. We protect from volumetric and state exhaustion attacks where people will use machines outside AWS to try and attack services on AWS. So I hope that you will all take inspiration from this. And there's an awful lot of training that we're providing today. And hopefully what I just went through gave you some sense of all of the different products that we have to help you. And really interested to hear how you use AWS. And thank you, and let's get Nick back up.